All right. Um, I said that there's people around you that try to make you believe a reality, a persona they've created. Now, I know why I'm here. I know who put me in this program, and there's no doubt about that. I know that these people um, who are presenting themselves in certain ways are truly foul human beings that involve in torturing even women, right? But with the personalities they've created for themselves, right, is they're this avenging group of feminists, like radical women. You know these pictures you see here. This is just a picture of a few women that they torture. The same people doing this to me. I am a part of a program that does this to women. They're trying to present themselves we're avenging. They're even using childlike individual who, when you hear them, like, yeah, they're so full of BS. It's like, we're avenging. That's how this. I'm literally just sounding the way they sound. Can you imagine hearing somebody say something like that in that fashion, with that voice, knowing that I know that they do this thing to women around the world? Now you know they're full of BS. Now, the theater. The theater is going to be whatever it's going to be. They're going to try to present themselves as these vengeful people, when in reality they're a bunch of trash. There are men and women who torture women. A lot of women are being tortured by these people. A lot of these people doing this to me involve themselves in torturing women. Now, when I see these people, so you see this person on top, she's blurred out in green, and she's a perp that, let's just say, we've been intimate. I know she's intimate. I know she's a perp. I have no doubt. The day I've talked to her, I knew. I just figured her out. Like, you can read through her, trying to come up with this way to block out reality. I see her escape every time I listen to testimony from one of those women you see here. Those women talking about how they've been tortured sexually too, in different ways. While they try to make it sound like, oh, we're doing it for this woman you've done wrong to. I'm like, really? You're in the program that there's all this horrible thing. This is a small amount of pictures of women that are being tortured. If you could zoom in some of those pictures, you'll see that some of the torture are sexual. That's why these people want to come up with different fantasies. There are nasty lowlifes involved in the foulest tormenting and torture of some of the most vulnerable people, but somehow are trying to block that aspect of reality and try to make themselves believe that they are avenging for what you did to this woman that they don't give a damn about and will torture if she was put in this program. They literally say, I don't care. Of course I know you don't care. That's the point. You know, they do this thing where I don't know what they did to me at night. I stayed the night with this person. Is that possible that while I was sleeping, somebody came in and did something to me? Maybe. Most likely. I don't care. You know, because I find strength in knowing that they do this to women. Like, what you do to me, I know that you've done that to women. All the stories you've done to me, you've done that to women. So if you think I'm going to look at you, oh, these people are avenging trash, I'd rather get raped every day of my life than having involve myself in a program that does these things to women. Look at these things. Talk about sexual torture, anal torture, all of that. And they want me to look at them, oh no, we're just avenging. No, you do horrible things to women. You don't care about this woman that you're pretending that you care about. With somebody who quote unquote avenge women, be involved in a program that does this to women. Do you see this person? You know, I have a surveillance camera, right, in my place. Obviously, they can easily turn that off, all right? It's easy. I mean, it's just like, I know, right? They can easily turn it off. It's not, they can manipulate your brain. They can do anything to your, all of your devices. So when they tell me, oh, at night, we raped you in one way, and you know, I don't even know if it's true, but I do feel some uncomfortability in my area. I'm like, you know what? It's weird to say that, but I don't even care. I know you're trying to make yourself this femme fatale. I know what you do to women. You know where I find my strength? It's because I know you do these things to women. So me, why am I so different that you won't do that to me? I hear these childlike individuals. You're being groomed to be doing this to women and children. You're trash. They're like, we're severe. Yes, you severely torture children. I know that. That's why you use the word severe. So if that's true, this person earlier I talked about how when she saw me distancing myself from her, she started crying because I know what she's part of. She wants to live that fantasy so bad that imagining herself not being part of this thing where she feels like she's this femme fatale. No, you're not. I know what you're up to. I know you're doing some foul things to me. I know you're part of it. Like, there's nothing mystical about you. You see this woman, I know there's way more women like that you guys torture like that, and you know that too. I know you don't care. No, don't. I'm not saying that for these people to care about it. I don't care if they feel emotional about that. I just don't want them to live in their little fantasy they've created. Not only they've created this false persona of who I am, but then they try to make it sound like they're doing it to protect this or to avenge this woman. It's like, no, you cannot avenge any woman when you're involved in a program that does these things. Whatever's going to happen to me. They're like, it's our anal. It's like, okay, whatever you come up with. You who do horrible things anal to this woman, they're delusional. I'm not going to let them live their fantasy. You know what they've done to women? They've raped some women to the point where they can't even walk. They can't even, they are in pain, bleeding from everywhere, and can't even get a rape kit. And you think these people are there to, no, I'll never. They have come up with a little fantasy to counter reality. And then when they see this, like, oh, we don't care. It's like, of course you don't care. That's my point. This man is who put me in this program. This is what you guys do to women, and you guys are trying to present yourself as this. You guys have done so much horrible things to women. They have handicapped women. They have tormented women. They have sexually tormented them to the point where they can't even function properly. And they want me to let them live their fantasy? Never. And they come up with this story. There's this woman. I've used different names. I used her fake. I created a fake name called Daniela Coca-Cola. Right? They say you did this, that was down and that. I'm like, listen. You who do these horrible things to women, you think that somehow I'm going to look at you as you avenging this woman, that you would torture and fry it up and rape every day of her life if she was put in this program and not care about it, but also then you care about her now? Never. I pray for this woman, Daniela Coca-Cola, to never be put in this program when she be one of these many women. And have this fraudulent pretending to be femme fatale. Be like, oh, we're there. You can't even speak about a pedophile because this person put me in this program. You torture women, even children. And you want me to live this woman was literally crying, tearing up, because she thought I was not interested in her. Of course I know what she's part of. I'm not interested in you because I know you're not interested in me. You're interested in torturing me and play this femme fatale fantasy. And it's fun for you because you enjoy yourself. You literally have so much enjoyment, intimate enjoyment. You all of these things you do. And then on top of that, forget about the pedophilia things. They force me to have thoughts while I'm even intimate with this person, to have sexual thoughts about children. These people, if you see this woman, her name is Mariana. She saw children that they torture sexually severely, and they want me to let them live their fantasy. They tell me, oh, give me your own movie. This video. I was like, listen, you know why I find strength? It's because you do that to women. And I'm saying that, there's perps right now that try to counter this reality. They want to box in this fantasy where they're this femme fatale. It's like, kill themselves. Like, I rather die this way than having to live like you. They run in the hallways to say this to block it out. They kill children because people, that level of maturity is perfect. Because as an adult, you have to dumb yourself down. We're not just a child to participate in this. They're already damn near on the retardation level. They're children. They can't. And they have these people trying to play the femme fatale. That's why I will never let them live that fear. When they say they did this to me, I was like, okay, whatever. They do that to women. All the women that I can talk about how they're being tortured, raped, and all daily, tormented, handicapped, tormented. This trash that claim that this is a winner, never. they have painted a fantasy that I will not let them live. Listen, whatever's gonna happen to me is gonna happen to me because this man put me in this program. And you can't say a pedophile named called Roy Moore, because this man put me in this program. I know reality. You guys have just rewired your fantasy into something else. For Daniela Coca-Cola, which is not a real name, I just made that up, you would destroy her everything, and they come up with a version of it, like the way they want to listen. If you want to talk about Katrina, we can talk about it. But you guys trying to come up with your fantasy of a reality now, especially knowing what you guys do to women. Nope. You know, I used to have this back and forth with this woman called Daniela Coca-Cola, who's not the real name. But to say like, yeah, you know, you should have that. And it's like, listen, if it comes from her, I understand. That was before even knowing what they do. To find out that these people who are talking about Daniela Coca-Cola, which is not a real name, it's a name that I made up because I don't want to say the real name of this person they're pretending to say they're doing it for. They're avenging. If do you think I'm gonna let you speak for this woman? And finding out now that you guys do this is a few pictures of a few women here in the United States. There's very few. I'm sure there's thousands, if not millions, of pictures like that. Women talking about how they've been tortured every day, and you hear these people, and they have created this facade, which you hear that from other women. Oh, there's a lot of women. There's a lot of females doing this to women. What kind of? You're not even a woman. That's what she says. The others is like saying this like organization of goodness do this nasty torture and torment, sexual torture and torment. So for me, if they tell me when you were asleep, right? Because I spent the night with this woman who's a perp. She let us come in and do things to you. Now, it's weird to say. Of course, that is something I don't want to happen to me. But I know what they do to women. I will run toward whoever is willing to, whoever wants to, and I face them directly because they want to create a fantasy. When I know what they do to women, a woman who gets sick and bleed from it and they can't even can be in pain, try to go to the hospital, even there she's treated like trash. Never. This is a fraud. Wanting to play this femme fatale. I call her literally in her face femme fatale. Yo, you're my femme fatale. She knows what I mean. This is the man who put me in this program. Far from a woman protector. Me actually covering over his face and turning into green is not. It's doing him a favor, right? You hear this little noise campaign? This is the other femme fatale trying to cover it up. This is what this fantasy has become. A bunch of fraudulent people trying to cover the fact they're in a program that does so much horrible things to women. It's almost like crime, crime against humanity. Like it's just pure torture. We're not talking about somewhere far. These people are all people around. Some of them even as close in New Jersey. Some in Florida, some in Michigan, some in... This is in America. Some of these people have been... It's us not to... Like 2020. They torture this woman so sexually. And they use this trash. Who tried to find a way to counter it? Saying it's not fair. No, it's actually fair because what you're doing to me is what you've done to them. The way you torture me is the way you torture this woman. Me, if I see you, okay, I will. Like, they tell me that we put something in your butt. I'm sorry for the graphic, but I'm like, what? Put whatever. But understand, I'm not gonna let you live your fantasy. I know what you guys do to women. And seeing this woman almost crying because I'm about to think about like not even talking to her because she says she's doing things to me. It shows how fraudulent these people are. These people are trash. Low life trash that torture even kids. And for me, if I ever see a moment where somebody is threatening me or warning me in my face, I will go toward that person's like, let's go right now and take care of it. Because I have dignity. This is honorable death. I could be part of this trash that do horrible things. This is actually grown. They do that to babies. I'm sorry about sounding like this, but to think that these people who do horrible things to women and children can live this theater and this fantasy, not me. I'd rather be in hurt, in pain, knowing that it's women in pain, in hurt. And seeing people who try to play the femme fatale, coward as they are. I mean, there's cowardness and this level of cowardness that you will never understand. And seeing a grown woman try to escape the reality that she's a part of a program that does the foulest things to women and try to say, no, we're doing for this Daniela Coca-Cola. And I'm looking at these pictures of all these women that are being tortured in sexual ways too. You think I'm going to let you go into that escapism? I pray for Daniela Coca-Cola to never be put in this program where her and her children will be tortured by this trash. So to all my target individuals, I will never let them live that little fantasy. For all the women, children they've tortured, who knows how many have died already, and them try to escape into that fantasy, and there being a program that does this, and just try to tell me who I am. These people filled with pedos in this agency, then try to create those. No, that's why they don't like to be seen by me. This woman now, this femme fatale, is seen for what she is. And I will never let them live their fantasies. Now, I know why I'm here. The reality of things, I know who put me in this program. This man put me in this program. This man is the reason why they're doing this. This is the reason why there's such a femme fatale toward me. And the same reason why they have problems say Roy Moore. To all my target individual, this perps. And this target individual they have been tortured by perps like her. They're not monster looking individual. I understand that. They do their things remotely, cowardly, pressing button, watching them slowly die, torture them, and then try to live a fantasy. With me, I can't do that. I'm sorry. I'm not perfect, but I'm just thankful to God that I did not involve myself in a program that is involved in doing so much horrible things to some of the most innocent people. And these women, strong women, the reason why I find strength even when they do these things to me is because of this woman. If I didn't see these testimonials of all these women, I would not be here, to be honest. These strong women gave me the strength to not do what I was thinking about doing. But these trash are now being seen for what they are. And I cannot allow these people to play this feminist, femme fatale role when they're in a program that does this to women. That's what they use childlike individual. Let this child like trash. They sold their soul to pedo. They're going to get theirs. I've seen a grown woman cry because she wanted so much to be involved in my tormenting. And she wanted to live that femme fatale when in reality I see her for what she is. She's enjoying herself. Life is good to her. I'm making sure, and I purposely do this thing where I know she's a perp. I'm gonna be very nice, polite, and make sure that she is everything but a war that she's in. She's gonna have the best enjoyment of all sorts, and can lie to herself. We are at war. No, you're not. You're trash. You do this thing to women. You're part of a program that do this to women. You try to block it out. Me, watch this. You think this is war? You think this is the war? You're delusional. To all my target individuals, do not subscribe to their facade. They're trying to present themselves as something they're not. They will never be what they present themselves as. They might do this on the side. They might be in some kind of group in reality. When they join this program, they've joined a program that does the worst things to some of the most vulnerable people, including women. This is just a small snippet of what they're part of. And for me, as imperfect as I am, they try to make me be something I'm not. They try to make me subscribe to their delusional reality. And they try to make themselves be this strong, avenging researchers. You're in a research where you manipulate people and torment people. And there's a lot of us being tormented by this trash and manipulated. So to all my target individuals, stay strong and know that justice will be done.